Hi, this is Basic Chemistry. Today we will just going to start coordination chemistry and crystal field theory for octahedral and tetrahedral. Crystal field theory or CFT. It is electrostatic interaction between metal and ligand. And it explains the magnetic properties and color of the transition metal complexes. A transition metal at presence of ligand, it just splitted. There can be octahedral or tetrahedral. Let's say it is octahedral, and after octahedral splitting it comes to CFT. It generally determines the pattern of the d orbital of the metal, and then it gains stability, which known as crystal field stabilization energy, and then it forms complex. So before we start, we have to know the orbital picture of d orbital to understand the splitting of d orbital. There is two sets of orbital. Set 1, where lobes of the orbital belongs to the axis. There is two axes, let's say x and y. If the orbital belongs to the axis like this belongs to set 1, and this orbital is called dx square minus y square, and another orbital which also directed along the axis like this, it is dz square. It also directed to z axis. Therefore set 1 belongs where the lobes along the axis, and in set 2 where the lobes between the axis like this. If the lobe in between x and y axis, then it's called dxy. If it between x and z, then it's called dxz, and when it is between y and z, it is called dyz. So total 5 orbital picture of d orbital, and it has been divided in two sets, whether it is along the axis or in between the axis. So 5 d orbitals are degenerated in field free condition. Degenerated means they are in same energy before approaching of ligand, and spherical symmetric means it is symmetrical in every directions. And octahedral geometry, 6 ligands approaches along 6 axes. If we draw the picture, it will look like this. It is x, it is y, and if it is z, and the corresponding orbital is like this. So 6 ligands approaches from 6 direction. One is from there, this, and there is so 6 orbital and 6 direction. So the lobes along the axis repels more by the ligand compared to the lobes which are in between the axes. Therefore dxy, dxz, dyz, these lobes are in between the axes. Therefore it repel less to the ligand, because they are not along to the axis. But dx square minus y square and dz square, they are along to the axis. Our ligands are approaching towards the axis, therefore they are repelling more. When these degenerated d orbital are splitted, dx square minus y square gets higher in energy and dz square get higher in energy, and dxy, dxz and dyz get lower in energy, right? And there is a barycenter. This is for octahedral system. And there is a barycenter which determine net destabilization causes by x is equal to net stabilization causes by y. Okay. Now there is a 2 orbital which causing destabilization, which is equal to the 3 orbital causing stabilization. So if we consider this is del 0 and del 0, and it is equal to 10 dq of octahedral. So there is 2 orbital causing destabilization and 3 orbital causing stabilization. Therefore if we calculate that, we will get x is equal to plus 6 dq and y is equal to minus 4 dq. So we have to remember that this is plus 6 dq. Plus sign is due to destabilization and higher in energy, and minus sign is define stabilization and lower in energy. Keep it mind in that dz square and dx square minus y square are degenerated at higher energy state, and it is doublet, so it is defined by Eg. It comes from group theory. We will discuss in group theory later where from and why this is coming. And dxy, dxz, dyz, this is T2g. Now in case of tetrahedral splitting, in tetrahedral complex there are 4 ligands, but they do not approach along the axis. For this metal, the orbital belong to the axis is this, they are belong to the orbital of this metal. For x direction is there and for z direction is there. So the 4 ligand do not approach along the axis, they approach in between the axis. We can see those ligand is in between the axis. Therefore their dz square and dx square minus y square will not be higher in energy because they do not overlap directly with the ligand. Their dxz, dyz, dxy directly approach with the ligand. Therefore in case of tetrahedral splitting it will be like this. Before any approach of ligand it will be symmetrical and spherical. After splitting, dxz, dyz, dxy will be higher in energy, and dz square and dx square minus y square will be lower in energy. Similarly, there will be also a barycenter. We will describe that how much these 3 orbital causing the destabilization, the net stabilization causing by these 2 orbital is similar. If this energy gap is totally is 10 dq t, because this is tetrahedral, so that will be 10 dq t. So there is a 3 orbital, so it is plus 4 dq t, and because there is a less number of orbital causing stabilization, so higher the number is 10 is minus 6 dq t. Similarly, these 3 orbital are degenerated. It is termed as T2, and this is doubly degenerated. It is termed as E in case of tetrahedral. Type of splitting. there is two type of splitting. One is strong field and another is weak field. So generally splitting depends on type of ligand, type of d orbital and oxidation state of the metal center. Now, what causing a strong field splitting? Strong field means the del zero value which we have seen before in the splitting diagram is higher than the pairing energy. Pairing energy means two electrons pair up. So when del zero value is higher than pairing energy, then it's called strong field energy. And when del zero value is lower than pairing, it is called weak field splitting. So first we come to the type of ligand. There is a series of ligand CO is a strong field ligand. And this is I minus is generally most weak field ligand. So the more the strong field, more the splitting, and it will go to follow this condition. Del zero will be higher than pairing energy. P denotes the pairing energy. More the weak field ligand, there will be less splitting and it will go to follow this condition where del zero is less than pairing energy. Depending on these two conditions, there will be two type of diagram. Now come to the pi acidic ligand. Why pi acidic ligand generally form low spin complexes? Pi acidic ligand can withdraw the metal d electron and therefore reduce the electron-electron repulsion, and therefore it helps to favors the condition del zero is greater than pairing energy, because pairing energy decreases due to withdrawing the d electron from the metal. And moreover, pi acidic ligands are generally strong field ligand, therefore it favors the situation del zero greater than p. Therefore there is two reason the pi acidic ligand generally form low spin complexes. From this condition, when del zero is greater than p, this is low spin, and when del zero is less than p, it is high spin. Right? Next class we will discuss about low spin, high spin of different metal, and we will discuss strong field as well as weak field on tetrahedral and octahedral complexes, and we will calculate CFSE, crystal field stabilization energy of different d electron. Thanks for watching. Subscribe my channel for more tutorial, as well as feel free to ask any question on email basicchemistryhelpline@gmail.com.